Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, and welcome to the THHC podcast, episode 134, man. Special episode, man. Special baller interlude episode, because the playoffs just started. So, in between games, we're gonna try to get one in, man. This is Numbz, Stylez, man. We talking trifecta, man. Speaking of NBA, man, like maybe they're going for the third ring. I don't know what's going on over here.
What's going on?
What's up, Numbz?
Chilling, man. What's going on? How you?
I'm good, man. Just real quick, Stylez is having a little technical difficulty. Hopefully, he can join us, man. He's going in and out, but hopefully, he can come on and come through to the interview, man. But we got make some moves, you know what I'm saying, and get this started, man. Since it's not Friday, and Friday we had the show, we already talked about new releases. Unless you want to talk about anything that came out new real quick on Friday. You listen to anything new? I'll just ask you that question.
Yeah, I peeped a few singles. Peacemaker had a song with Black, which is
Black
pretty
Jahurrd.
dope. Hype and JR had a dope song that I enjoyed. Ransom and JR had a song that was pretty dope. And I'm trying to think of what else. A couple of my dudes from home, Vertical Jones. Vertical Jones had a posse cut with a couple of dudes I grew up rapping with. A guy named Doc Stigler, Tom Gist, who's from Harlem, and RAP Phenom, another guy from Newark, New Jersey that I rock with. So that was really it, man. I know Black Thor had the album come out. I didn't get a chance to listen to that, and I think Willie the Kid has something with V Don that I plan on checking out.
Yeah. There was a couple releases that are hitting that came out yesterday, man. But I remember last week it was like at least 25 albums that I wanted to listen to that came out, and I'm like, yo, what is going on right now in hip hop?
I think the 31st was a crazy week too. But I know
31st too. So I'm like, yo, man. Again, hopefully Stylez, y'all just saw him with a quick flash. Hopefully he's having some problems. Hopefully come through. Let's start this up, man. This is a great project. We were supposed to tackle this earlier, but my boy Numbz got in a little bit of a, basketball situation. Really, that's kind of plays out. How's your knee doing, man?
Good, man. I'm still a long way to go, but a lot more functional than I was before. I can get around a little bit better. But yeah, it's getting better every day, man. It's unfortunate, but I'm taking it as a challenge. Kind of like how I attack everything, rehabbing it, and I'll be back on my feet pretty soon.
I can't wait, man. You know what I'm saying? You already, it's funny because like you told you be back when you, I get what you say on your feet, but like I see you already making moves and being busy, man. And nothing stopping Numbz, the Numbz train, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Furious is back. Let's see if he's got everything cleared, man. Come on, man. We gotta get my man Furious in here. How'd you sound, Furious? Oh, nothing. Yeah. Oh man, come on, Furious. Yo. Nothing. Yeah, I think he's trying to get to a destination that it sounds clearer. So maybe he can just like look pretty in the background while we talk. You know what I'm saying? All right, so let's get into the project, man. If you know anything, of course, you guys are like kind of like linked. I would say like kind of like brothers now in a sense, man. So it's kind of like you might could finish your sentences. You know what I'm saying? Don't think what he's thinking nowadays, man. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be surprised, But let's get into the project, man. I was looking forward to this, and actually, SP will not be joining us as well. She's having some family difficulties, so she will not be joining the THHC podcast today. So, and she broke down the album too. So she said she might be in the chat. So if she gets to the chat, she'll talk about what's going on in the chat. Hopefully she'll join us. Okay. Furious Stylez back again. Let's see what's going on before we get back into the project. Furious? Nothing? Check. Say something. Nah, we can't. Nah, we can't hear you. Can't hear you, man. Can't hear you, big boss. I'm gonna say just be a model in the back, man. All right, let's get into it, man. Me and Numbz, baby. Let's go, man. So Numbz, Furious Stylez, Trifecta, man. Let's talk about the album cover first. This first of all, it came out March 10th, 2023. 31 minutes and 9 seconds. Solid project, man. Solid album. Let's talk about the album cover first, man, because you guys did this before prior. Y'all did it with an Eric B and Rakim Follow the Leader album cover. And now y'all doing it with EPMD, one of my favorite groups from back in the day, Unfinished Business. So like, what's going on with this, man? What's this gonna be a pattern? What we doing here?
We just like to pay homage to groups, even though we're not an official group. So that's what I wanted to do with the last couple too. Unfinished business. You know what I'm saying? So we always feel like we got more to prove. More stuff to accomplish and just growing and doing in general.
Yeah, I love it, man. I'm pretty sure people are throwing out other album covers y'all can do already, and I know y'all planning on something. I ain't gonna say nothing. Maria says, take the headphones. Oh, she was talking to
Furious, I guess.
Furious when he was on. What up, Maria? So let's get into it, man. It's got 10 tracks, solid tracks, man. Furious Stylez, maybe speak for him, man. He gave you some bangers like usual, man. It seemed like he upped his ante. Like I know he's digging through crates now, and he's like finding, records on mountaintops. Like he's doing all types of stuff. Like he's just finding these records, man. And he's putting together some great production. And it's just getting better and better, especially with your routines and stuff like that. So that's why I wanted to talk about the album covers, because it seems like you guys are a group, but I don't know if you guys consider yourself a group, but it seems like you guys are doing just as good as these groups that you share album covers with. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So number one, man, Trifecta, man. I think on this one I say the track correctly sparks off the album with intensity and excitement. Furious style spins an up-tempo, soulful gem right out the gate, while Numbz raps about his comeback, his third installment, and spewing just a lot of positive vibes. And that's what I get from this first track, man. And it's it sparks off the album, gives me a good vibe. What's going on with number one, man?
We just kind of wanted to make this like a intros are super duper important. This one felt like an action movie, when I heard it. So I remember he actually sent me the cover of the vinyl before he even played it. He was like, I know there's something crazy on here. So I was like, all right, let me know. So he sent it to me, and then we went through a couple of different things. I had him rearrange the beat how I wanted him to rearrange it, because that wasn't how he sent it originally. And we just kind of got it going, man. You know what I'm saying? Introduce what the Trifecta meant, like this is our third time around, and how we've grown just in music and our relationship as friends and brothers as well. So that's something we just want to convey on the intro.
Yeah, man, I like that, man. It's like you said, man. It is the third. Actually, it's not the third project, but it's the third album. You know what I'm saying? You guys did, I think, another project, which was The Basement, right?
Yeah, we did The Basement. We had a couple
Lucy singles and stuff. So it's not like So, yeah, man. Let's go to number two, man. Pressure, man. Ooh, man, this is just getting like these records, man. I be excited, man. I'm telling you. The soulful tempo simmers down a bit, but Numbz flow equates pressure like the chemical metallic osmium. It's called osmium. You know what I'm saying? I had to learn pronunciation. The pressure is on, man. It's like another precious stone like diamond, but it's I think it's supposed to be metallic. Osmium is I think it's just kind of similar to diamond. Let's put it that way. If you don't know what that is. So number two, pressure, man. Where you going with that one, man? This is another great banger.
Just in general, just keeping the pressure on. Keeping the pressure on my peers, keeping the pressure on myself, and just continuing to just elevate. I had actually written this to a different beat, and then this is when we moved to we wanted to do all vinyl samples. So we ended up scrapping the other beat. Went through a couple ones. He said, I think I got one, and it just fit the lyrics perfectly. So kind of worked out.
You're putting pressure on them, man. I'm telling you, man. I be seeing it, man. I be seeing your growth, man, and I'd be proud of people like you and you and Furious, man. And it's just to see it, in real time, man. You know what I'm saying? Like it's appreciated to see it, especially with people that you know what I'm saying, you wish to be successful. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate that. Yeah.
Number three, man, Numbz and James, you know what I'm saying, featuring King James. And I was like, oh God, it better be King James, you know what I'm saying? James, and I saw it. But shout out to King James, man, my man. This track bumps like unpaved roads and Spirit Airlines, man. You know what I'm saying? So like Numbz and James is flowing smooth and effortless though. You know what I'm saying? Not like the flights, you know what I'm saying? It's an immediate rewindable song that you can crank to the max, man. And it's just one of those songs like, and I like the way you the break, you know what I mean? It gave us some time to warm up to, like, you know what I'm saying? You sizzled the, you know what I'm saying? You cook the bacon real quick and then you sizzle down, you know what I'm saying? Then y'all clean the pot. You know what I'm saying? They put some eggs in it or something. You know what I'm saying? Then the eggs came back up. You know what I'm saying? Like if you had the one pan when I was single, dog, when I was little, young, dog. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, let's talk about number 3, man. Numbz and James, man. Talk about King James too, man. That's my man.
Yeah, so that's my guy, man. We speak a lot. He mixes the album, so we constantly in touch, going back and forth about tweaking things and stuff like that. But I got the beat. I wrote to it, and then I was like, I needed a feature on it, and I know King James can, he can hit those pockets that he's got that big pun, Black Thought type of da 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 da. He's got that type of feel to it. So I hit him up. It was just kind of like, I got something I think you'll be dope on. Let me know. So he was just like, all right, send it over. You know what I'm saying? And he got it back to me in a few days. I mean, definitely less than a week. He works really quickly, and it worked out, man. It ended up being one of the favorites on the album. You know what I'm saying? It's weird. You never know what people are going to gravitate to as far as like their favorites or whatever to actually drop. But that was definitely one of them.
So like, you mean like a favorite, meaning like, because I don't see your numbers and you probably can see your numbers. You mean a favorite from the audience alone, everybody, or you mean like people online saying this is my favorite, like Pressure's my favorite? Or you saying your favorite?
No, it's not my favorite. I'll tell you my favorite when we get to it. But just like, we got a lot of love on there as far as like social media stuff, Twitter, people just hitting me on the side, talking about the song, stuff like that. And I mean, it's streaming pretty well too. Just from that aspect. But it ended up being like, one of the favorites. It's on a bunch of playlists and things like that. So definitely happy about that.
No, 100%, man. Like you never do. Like as an artist, you don't know which ones are gonna be your back. The ones that you usually think is gonna be the jam. You be like, yo, why nobody playing this? Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, this shit. Number 4, New Jersey to Philly, featuring Jahurrd. I love to say his name like that. I don't know why. Like somebody, you gotta say it like that, right? But the album returns to the light, soulful feel with like no drums. I don't believe there's no drums on here. I'm not. Am I guessing? Okay, with no drums, giving the rappers a stage to clearly speak on the culture, man. The feature Jahurrd spoke heavy on images, and it should be heard worldwide. So this song, is New Jersey to Philly, but man, this should be worldwide. Man, everybody should be listening to this song. It's another good record that stands out, man. So I'm pretty sure this was I saw this online too. A lot of people talking about this one too. So number 4, what's up with this one?
Yeah, this is my favorite song. One of the things going into the album with Farious is, one of the things I wanted to do was get a drumless beat. Like he don't normally do the drumless beats, but I wanted one, and I'm not like a big drumless drum guy. I know people getting arguments about that for days. I don't really care if it sounds dope to me. That's cool. But I wanted specifically to get one drumless that I could just float on. You know what I'm saying? It was actually the last song we did because like I said, Farious is not a drumless guy, so he was like, he took a while to get it to me because he obviously wants to make sure he finds a good sample, stuff like that. So he sent it to me, and then it was crazy. I just called him on FaceTime, and I stared at him for like 20 seconds. I was just like, he was just laughing because he already knew what it was.
So like this is a challenge. It was like kind of like a challenge to him too, though. If you think about it.
Yeah, absolutely. So it was just one of those things. So I actually got it. I jotted. I had like 4 bars in my head. So once I got to my destination, I just wrote some. By the end of the night, I wrote the verse. I recorded it same night, and then I sent it over to Jahurrd. Because I told him I wanted him on the album. I was just trying to find something that was good. So I recorded it that night, sent it over. By the time I woke up in the morning, he already sent me a copy of it. So,
Dang.
but that song was done within a matter of me recording maybe at like 10, and I had it in my email, or in fact he texted to me. I had it in my text by like 2 a.m. So I woke up to it. I was like,
Dang.
woo,
Like a Christmas gift.
yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh,
because I just told him like, look, this is the last song. If you could get it to me within a week, that'd be great. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's creative process is different. You know what I'm saying? But he knocked it out, smoked it, and then I was like, all right, cool, we ready to get this mix.
That's funny that you mentioned that, because that was one of my questions. Was people's creative processes is different. So like you're an artist, you're a producer, so you work with various artists, various producers. So for you, like what's a good time frame? Like like do you give somebody like it depends on what I mean? What do you give them, a month, a week? Like what do you have a communication? Like what's going on? Like
it really depends on the part of the process that I'm in. If I'm just at the beginning of it or whatever, I might say like, can you get this to me within the next 2 weeks? Beginning the process. I was kind of nearing the end of it. Now, if somebody reaches out to me for a feature or whatever, I usually tell them a week, but I usually have it within 2 days or less. And I say a week because like I don't want to tell them I'm gonna have it tomorrow, and then I'm like forcing words. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know by a week. I know by a week I could definitely do it, but more than likely I'm gonna get it to the person within 2 to 3 days.
So you're giving yourself some room to breathe a little bit. That's all.
For sure. Life just kind of happens, and you never, especially when somebody's paying you for a feature. You know what I'm saying? You want to hold to your word, and again, it depends on what else I'm doing. If I'm in the middle of my album or whatever, I might tell them 7 to 10 days. You know what I'm saying? Depending on what else I have going on. But I've done them same day. I've done them next day, 2 days later. But typically that's my window.
Yeah, because a lot of artists, man, they for some reason, if I'm talking to them like behind in the green room or behind, just on the phone or anywhere, you know what I'm saying? For some reason, it always comes up that, and they might not, they try not to say other artists' names, but they usually be like, yo, so and so, or maybe they don't. They be like, man, it took too long or something. Or this person took so long. I'm like,
man.
Did you talk about it though?
Right.
A lot of artists don't be like, they just be like, yo, I gave so and so the beat or so and so the track, and I figured he or she would have it, in a week.
Right.
Waiting 2 weeks. I'm like, yo, you need to call that mama. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
or just lay the guidelines down. Like, you tell somebody you need something in a week, and they're like, you know what? There's been situations where someone said like, yo, I can't. I'm booked, man. I probably can't do it within a month. Like, all right, well, appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? If I could wait the month, then cool. If I can't, then I move on. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta have a conversation.
Yeah. So, but is there discrepancy because of the genres of not genres, the generations of people? You think ages? Because I think a lot of youngsters just be like, I get it to you, and then they don't give you a date, and you be like, yo, you waiting.
I don't really work with a lot of the younger guys outside of like Patty Honcho. But it depends. I don't know. I don't know if it's the age thing. I think it's like I think it's a person thing, and just how people, those will be the same people that's late for work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or the same people that like, supposed to pick their friend up from somewhere and maybe they don't do it. They're always late, or whatever the case is. I think it's more than that. I think it's more of that than the age thing.
Yeah, you're right. I was just like, because for some reason, like my history of like hearing stories,
right?
These artists, it seems like it's more the youngsters that don't clearly communicate. Not it's not they ain't communicate, just don't clearly communicate on when they want something back. And it's like I'd be like, yo, dude, you didn't even ask.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, I can see that too, though.
like yo, what the hell? All right, let's go to number 5, man. Church, man. This is the first single, man, from the project, man, that gives that church vibe while Preacher Numbz spits a couple of ball-worthy scriptures, man. We get the message to be yourself and not to be a follower. Everybody say church, you know what I'm saying? So I enjoyed this song too. When y'all first put it out, I was like, oh, this is gonna be the album. It's Lucy, you know what I'm saying? I was just excited that you guys are working again.
Right.
And what made you pick this as a single, and then let's tell us about the track, Church.
Well, he actually he found a bunch of he works for the city of Memphis. He found a bunch of records on his route. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody was throwing out records. So he grabbed them. It must have been like he showed me a picture. It must have been like 20 vinyl that people were throwing out. And then it had like this youth choir on it. Like it's not a sample. It's like a thing that was probably only ever sold in Memphis. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he was like, I'm gonna check this out. So then he sent me the beat, and I was just like, this is nuts. So I'm like, all right, it got the church vibe to it. So I'm gonna tie everything metaphorically to church. Now there was a picture on Facebook, the picture I ended up using the cover art for. I don't know
Yeah,
if
with
you
the
remember.
boy, like, was that you?
Yeah, that's me.
I was gonna say, was that the cover or you? That's what looked like you. I
Nah,
was
that's
gonna
me. So
say.
it was a picture circulating on Facebook a long time ago. So I'm like, I didn't know where it was though. So I'm like looking through my tag photos, everything. So I'm like,
Yeah.
yo, if I could find that, that's gonna be the cover art, and that'd be crazy. So I ended up, I was asking my brother, I was like, yo, you got this picture, yada yada. So I ended up finding it. And it was like it was just in the picture, it was like a couple people mixed in it. And then I was just like, when I sent the cover off, I was like, yo, can you just blot this person out or whatever? They were like, all right, that's easy.
Yeah.
And it just kind of worked out. And it was just kind of like, I don't know, it just felt like a single, man. I always know when it's a single. Like
Yeah.
it's vibrant, is you know, it felt good. It felt good, and it did really well. And
No,
just
it did, and then it worked out like you said. Like you clearly put it all together because all of a sudden, like now, all of a sudden, that photo matched what this song was about, kind of. You know what I mean?
no,
And
for
you
sure,
just like so, like I like the way that worked out. So things work out usually, man. If you
for sure.
organically, if you know what I'm saying, you don't try as hard as you're not just like just going too hard, too hard. Don't just relax sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Some of these artists out here, like relax. Um, Number 6, just me, man. Um, I need more tracks like this from Mr. Stylez, man. I was gonna mess with him today, man. But you ain't, you know what I'm saying? The rock energy got Numbz rolling on this joint, man. It's funky and has me craving more, man. And this was like I think one of the shortest tracks, I believe.
Yeah.
And as soon as it came on, I'm like, yo, what's this? You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And then I'm like, Numbz ain't gonna rap on this. You know what I'm saying? Even though I know it's your album, but I'm like, Numbz ain't gonna rap on this. And then you tore it up, like you know what I'm saying? I was like, no, snap, like it still was this dope, right? And then I'm like, yo, what happened? Like that's when it goes off. Then I'm like, what did I hit something? Then I gotta rewind it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
Yeah.
But yeah, let's talk about this one, man. Was it a challenge to do some type of
Yeah. That was
more rock
kind of
and rollish?
that was kind of me giving back to him doing the drummers. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like with
okay.
a little give and take. Now he didn't even send me that beat. I don't know if you heard me at the beginning. I was just like, he didn't even send me this beat. I had to find this on his TikTok. Like that's what really
Oh
happened.
yeah, this is the one. Yeah, this is the
So I
one.
just been, I was just happened to be on TikTok, and I was just like, yo, what is this? And I know
Yeah.
it's not my typical pocket, you know what I'm saying, but it was crazy. And I was like, yo, send me this. So he sent it. He didn't think that, that it's a beat that I want, because that's not the beat that I typically, rock on or whatever. I was like, all right. I took it as a challenge and just kind of knocked it out.
I liked you on this one, Numbz. I'm
Appreciate that.
telling you, man. It was like surprisingly, but I was like, yo, this is surprisingly fire. You know what
Appreciate
I'm
that.
saying? Like, when people like, I don't, you don't say like, I don't like to say my standout records until like I let people see the description afterwards and they could see what stands out for me. It was dope. But this one stood out for me and I really enjoyed it, man. So, and I was like, yo, that's why I was like, I want more from Furious, anybody. But at least, tracks like this, it's like challenging yourself. It's like you with the drum list and
Right.
now, you with the rock and roll kind of like beat. It gave me some, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's next? Country, you know what I mean? A little country rap. You
I
know
don't
what I'm
know
saying?
about I don't know about that one.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's go to number 7, man. Yesterday, man. And why am I keep thinking about the Beatles? Because yesterday, but yesterday featuring Vertical Jones. The pressure is released from not just the track number 2, but from the last track, giving this song a slower tempo while the rappers reminisce about their past. Feature Vertical Jones did his hip hop homework and brought value as well, man. It's another great record with a great feature, and after you describe this record, I would like to ask you, how do you pick your features, and who is Vertical Jones?
Well, we grew up together. I mean,
Oh, okay.
I'm probably not rapping if it's not for him. You know what I'm saying? And
Oh,
we grew up. And if he had a song, he was just like, if we wasn't on the block, we was in Numb's backyard. Like my place was like the multi-purpose place. We played baseball there, we played football, we played basketball. And in his verse, he's like hopping fences. Like he lived on the next block, so instead of walking all the way around, I used to hop the fence and then walk down. So like, we used to do everything. Like I recorded my first music probably at like 14, 15 at his house. Um, all my production, like before I took my hiatus, I would say like 90% of the production came from him because he's an extraordinary producer as well. Um,
oh,
if it's as soon as I heard it, I actually heard this one. Furious posted this on his IG, and I heard it. I was like, I tagged Vertical Jones. I said, "Yo, we need to get on this one." You know what I'm saying? And he was like, "All right." He was like, "Send it when you're ready." So, recorded it, sent it. Took a little bit to send it back. He's got busy. He's got busy life as well, but he sent it back, man. It was money.
so you can hear people on these tracks. So you got that ear, that quality ear to be like,
Yeah,
yo.
I mean, there's literally, no one better to do that track with than him. Like we literally, we've known each other since we were 7, 8 years old. You know what
Yo,
I'm
that's
saying?
dope. Nah, I love it, man. Let's go to number 8, man. I Don't Believe It, featuring Rome Mallory. Another feature. You worked with him in the past, and just another great artist, man, that I respect. And shout out to Rome Mallory, man, if he's listening. All right, so number 8. This is another standout cut, man. I believe this album and song is fire. While Rome Mallory and Numbz, they don't believe the majority of these rappers out there. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? You fake, man. But feature Rome Mallory brings substance and equal energy like Numbz on this track. And rappers always sound good together, man. And I always appreciate when you guys collab. This might be your third, maybe fourth collab with
Yeah, we got a few, man, because I'm on his album too.
Yeah, that's something I'm trying to think. Like fifth one,
And
maybe.
we got a couple unreleased joints. I think we got
you got some unreleased.
I think we got 3 unreleased joints actually.
Okay.
But yeah, so y'all hear that soon, and then I'm producing the EP that's dropping in June of his.
Oh, word?
Yeah, we dropping that. We dropping in June. That's pretty much done. I think we got one more track to finish.
Oh, well.
Yeah. So that EP is crazy, man. I'm looking forward to getting that one out.
Dropping jewels on the show, man. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, shout out to Rome.
I'll take that jewel, put it over here. But let's go to number 9, man. Spill My Thoughts, man. This track that has sprinkles of more of that rock and roll and rap, man. Welcome, in my circle. Like I said, with track 6, man. I like this music, and I come from a little bit of rock and roll, man. Black people just hope people know invented rock and roll and all that. I just get that out there whenever I can scream it. Numbz gets a bit thoughtful and spills some of his most honest bars that I've heard you so far on. Let's talk about number 9, Spill My Thoughts, man. It seems like you're getting a little more intimate on these albums.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to, starting with, I feel like everything from yesterday on, I tried to, even church, you know what I'm saying? Saying certain things, but the beat just kind of hit me. It was just kind of like, let me talk about a few things. Let me, get a couple things off my chest or whatever the case was. And I got some pretty good feedback in the sense that, people want to like get behind the curtain a little bit. I felt like I owed people that, I felt like enough people are listening now to know that, like, some of the things that they may be going through, I'm going through as well. I could bar them to death, but I don't know, man. It's just easy. It's just easy to kind of be transparent. I think people can relate to it, and I mean, what's easier to rap about than your life and stuff you're going through?
Of course, and I always tell a lot of artists when I do hear, I would say personal records to them that could relate to others because we're human. Everyone's human, right?
Right.
You know, like if like say someone loses somebody, of course someone's gonna like. I think I was talking to Rain last night on the podcast, and he was talking about he had a song. Him and JR had a song about losing their grandmothers.
Right.
And and I was like, I hope and a lot of people probably have to be reminded. Like, I think a lot of that your fans respect you more, and because to break it down things of that nature, because you might not think it, you might be like, oh, it's too personal, it's this. But man, we go, wow, he shared that. That's love, man. We open up more to you, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it's really appreciated. You know what I'm saying? Jay Film says, "What's up?"
Jay, what's good, brother?
Shout out to Numbz and Stylez, two of the most consistent dudes in this underground game right now. That's what's up, man. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about,
Appreciate
brother.
you, Jay.
Yeah. So let me get that off, but yeah, man. So yeah, like just like and then like you said from yesterday, you kind of like you had a pattern to open up more, right?
Right.
And that's what the album seems like. Is you know what I'm saying? It don't seem like a split, like you know what I'm saying, but it's still I get what you're saying. Like soon as yesterday comes on, you start kind of getting taken away from just the bangers, like the ones that's kind of like I'm here, I'm Numbz, I'm rapper, like that. So like you get more like, oh, okay. I know. That's Numbz too. Oh, all right. So
yeah, that's why sequencing is so important too.
Yeah, 100%. You sequenced the project, right?
Always. Yep.
Did you mix and master it, or you just said, I think King James does that?
No, he does that. And as far as sequencing, I mean like the order of the songs.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Do you? Because I know you produce too, so I was wondering if you started to mix and master too. So I'm not sure if you're doing that now.
Nah, that's my next thing. I've been saying I want to start. I've been saying I want to start it, but I want to perfect producing first.
Okay.
And I don't want dabbling too much. Like I want to master what I can master.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
makes a lot of sense. Man, let's get into like another standout track that that I was like, yo, man, I want to, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to give one of those. Let me get a Michael Jordan tear. Hold on, drive it. You know what I'm saying? No, but number 10, man, In My Feelings, man. The music is heavy, soulful, and gives you a feeling of empathy. While Numbz mirrors the music with things personal, with a soothing vulnerability. RIP to your pops, or RIP to anybody losing someone and lost someone, man. This is it was a heartfelt song, and I reckon, and this is like I said, it's one of the records I was like, oh shoot, you know what I'm saying, and it gives me more clarity to who you are,
right?
And I think it really makes people appreciate you as an artist more and more, in your music. And when they go back to listen to something else, they might catch something and go, oh, that might be because of this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like the way you said something, maybe the way you mentioned something or wrote something. Let's talk about number 10.
Yeah, what's crazy about this one? Like this is the second song I wrote when I got back. Like this might be the first full song. I wrote this in 2020.
What?
Yeah. So
oh wow.
This was supposed to be on a couple of different albums. It was supposed to be Emil Fury's first album, and then it was supposed to be on One Man Band. It was a lot of different, it's probably like the third or fourth beat I recorded it on. But even after I recorded it, what I'm saying, I sent it all to King James, and I was just kind of like, I wasn't planning on putting it on. You know what I'm saying? So he's sending it. I sent it like just in case I changed my mind, because at that point I wasn't really considering putting it on. And then he was like, "Yo, this we didn't even have any conversation about it." He's like, "Yo, this is the crown jewel right here, man. I didn't know this about you. This song is perfect." I was like, "Yo," I was like, "It's crazy. I was gonna leave the song off." He was like, "You are out of your mind." He's like, "You out of your mind."
I'm a second as emotion, man. Like I'm Smokey Robinson, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like dog. I'm glad y'all came with it and put it on, man. It was a combination. I think it was meant to be on this project, man. And just again, I was thinking having a conversation with Rain again, and he was talking about how like certain music he puts out or don't put out, and he sits on it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he might say, this one, like that. And I think it's some type of spirit or some type of energy that says, nah, it's time.
Yeah,
like it's time.
You know what? He could have just mixed it and not said anything about it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Then in that case, probably wouldn't have made it. But yeah, I kind of wanted to, I've been holding this song for a while, and certain things I've been wanting to say, and certain feelings I've been wanting to get out, and kind of worked out, man. It was fitting, and I think it tied into some of the other songs I was doing toward the end of the album. So I think it closed out well with that.
And again, man, like I said, man, I think people like, at least myself, I'm gonna speak for myself. I respect artists more and more. And then it's like, then it's not like me and you like got a great relationship, like but we know each other. We talk to each other on the phone sometimes in the text,
right.
And stuff. So it's like I might know you before you're a new fan. You know what I'm saying? I might know more of you, but then like listen to this music, I get to know more of you more. You know what I'm saying? So it's like more. So I appreciate it because a love loss is always hard to to talk about, to write about, but like this is actually gonna be in a this is online, this is everywhere, this is in the clouds forever, and it's right. Appreciated. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And it's needed. It's needed, man. Music like this needed. It's needed. Man. You know what I'm saying? It's therapy for you, therapy for us. Without you even knowing. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's your loss, it's therapy for us because we were like, oh man, I lost a pops too, or I lost a you know what I'm saying, uncle, whatever it is. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm gonna ask you a couple questions real quick. We got some time.
All right. Cool.
While I got some. I did put down your the albums that I believe you made with Furious Stylez only. Okay. I know you. Yeah. So down below, I know you did Reloaded and Reloaded Deluxe in 2022. You did The Basement. Titled Numbz in 2002, and then you did Legacy Loaded or Loading, in 2021. You know what I'm saying? And then of course this one. So like that's why like people go, oh, this was Trifecta. So it would be your Trifecta would be Legacy Loading. That'd be the first, right? And then it'd be Reloaded or Reloaded Deluxe.
Yeah, I consider that as one.
Yeah, because I'm gonna say like unless you want to like say this because you can't say this week. I'm trying to think of something for 4, but can't think of Trifecta, so I don't know, whatever, right? But like, and this is Trifecta, so I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? So I like that, man. My first question is, saying, and this, I gotta talk about, I guess what's hot, like, everybody's talking about, B Dot again. It's like you seem like he's always come around or so. I don't know what it is. Maybe because a lot of new artists are coming out and they're on his show.
Right.
They're on the show with him and
Elliot,
right? Yeah, Elliot. And for some reason they all these artists are screaming to get on his list.
Right.
And the other day I saw Lloyd Banks and I saw him kind of like, I'm gonna say beg, trying to mess with his album cover. He beg for Mercy, but I'm gonna say he's begging for the to be on the cover, but he was begging jokingly, I think, hopefully, to get on B Dot's list. And
right.
How do you feel about that? Like if you were on that show, are you begging to be on B Dot's list? First of all, like
no.
Would you want to be on B Dot's list?
I mean, it's cool. Like I'm happy to be on any list. Like, don't get me wrong. Yeah. I just don't see like I mean, I guess I see the value because he's popular. Like, I want to be on Nas's list. I want to be on Jay-Z's list. You know what I'm saying? Now, with that being said, getting on B Dot's list might give you some more looks, stuff like that. So I understand it because it might work out for you financially. But like, I don't know, B Dot's like a regular dude to me that listens to music. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right?
That's just like popular. Like, I want to be on a list like one of the greats. You know what I'm saying? People that impacted the culture. And I'm not mad at B Dot's list either. Like everybody got their own list. Like some people get so consumed on somebody's opinion. Like, why do you care that much? That's what he likes.
Yeah. And I think and he likes that energy. He likes that.
Oh, for sure.
It gives him more, clientele, more, more power in a sense.
Yeah.
And the only reason I brought up because people are talking about the list again. I'm like sometimes he's on his list. It don't even make sense because I think he needs to clarify why his list is his list. That's one thing he never does.
Yeah, because you know what? If you talk to him, and he might say something like, Little Baby had 8 club bangers this year. And if that's his criteria, then Little Baby deserves to be on that list.
Yeah, and then you ain't gonna find Numbz or Lloyd Banks on it. You know what I'm saying? Like so So now you go, okay, now I'm glad. Okay, now I know why I'm not on the list. But I think people need to clarify list. That's all I'm saying before
Right,
they put them out.
I think he leaves it vague so that people can continue to have these conversations.
Yeah, maybe he's smart about that. Maybe he got more sense than I thought.
Hey, he doing something right. Salute to him.
No, do you miss podcasting? Because I know you know that's why I met you and stuff like that. I know, like, would you ever go back to it, or would you think you ever return?
Yeah, I mean, it's a time issue.
Oh yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like, trying to balance your family with, a recording career and not career, but recording, as my hobby and, producing it's a limited amount of hours. And then like some of the time, if you work it with someone too, you got to line that up with somebody else's schedule too. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Like anything I put my foot into, like I'm going hard on it. So if I got a guest, I'm doing research. I'm not just popping up to just, shoot the breeze. Like, I want to be ready for everything. So, I feel like if I can't really designate the time that it requires for it, and then you know how it is, you got to edit stuff. You got to it's a lot of work, dog.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I know.
Like I do miss it because I do like talking about the culture. I do like talking about sports, everything like that. But I just really don't have the time for it. And if I really don't have the time for it, it's something that I can't do.
Speaking of sports, because that's one of my questions. But I know the playoffs just started today, and I see your list already, man. I was on Twitter. I peeped your list, man. You over there choosing the finalists already. I'm like, damn, the dude just didn't even start yet, right? So
you know what? You got to put it out there early.
Yeah, put out there, yeah. Predictions.
Put it in your bookmarks, and then when you write, you could go back and flex it. You know what I'm saying?
I know Shadamas, you know what I'm saying? What's going on over here? But so the Celtics blew out the Hawks today, man. What you think about that game? Did you watch it?
Yeah. I caught most of the game. I think that's pretty much what that series is gonna look like. I think Atlanta still won, maybe two, but I mean Boston's clearly the better team. So the only first round matchups that I'm really intrigued with that I think there's gonna be like real series. I'm interested in Lakers and Grizzlies. I think that's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Knicks and Cavs. I know Knicks won game one, so I think that's gonna be a long series. And I'm interested to see how the Warriors look versus how the Kings look versus the Warriors.
Warriors, yeah, and that's tonight. Well,
yeah,
it's actually now.
They're playing now.
You're gonna catch that. Yeah,
for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, man, I'm looking at the list. And I'm like, man, this dude didn't pick like, and like I don't know if I told plenty of people I'm a Lakers fan from Boston, and people go crazy.
That's crazy.
But you didn't select the Celtics to win it all, to go all the way. Like, and why not for the East?
Because I think if Milwaukee's healthy, they can't beat them. I don't think you got to figure last year they played Milwaukee to 7, and Chris Middleton didn't even play.
Yeah. Chris Middleton's dope, man. Yeah. If he's healthy, man.
And they added,
and he's back, right? Chris Middleton's back.
Yeah, he's back. I just think barring health. Another thing I think is like I think the Celtics are going to beat the Sixers in the second round, but I think that's going to be a rough series. Like, it's going to be like, a long series, and I think the Bucks second round series won't be as strenuous, so I think they'll be more rested. Like the Sixers and Celtics are going to beat each other up. I feel like.
Okay.
And I think like Milwaukee's just going to be waiting because they're going to get rid of whoever, Cleveland or the Knicks.
Oh, so they're going to have time to breathe.
Yeah, and I just think it's going
their legs.
Right. It's going to be tough. Now, all this is barring injuries and stuff like that, but I just like Milwaukee to take it out of the East, man. Well,
you got for the West again?
Warriors, man.
You got the Warriors. You got the Warriors coming out the West.
Yeah. Warriors versus Bucks, and I took the Bucks in 7.
Okay, that's right. Because I knew you had the Bucks winning it all. You know what I'm saying? And it's live on here too, so you know what I'm saying. No editing.
I just have now. Of course, the Warriors can lose. I just have a hard time thinking that anybody is going to beat them in the series. So, and that's the way I feel about the Bucks as well. So,
only because you believe that the Warriors play playoff ball better than others.
Well, that too. I mean, everybody's healthy now. Yeah. That's another thing. I think they got the pedigree. I think that they've won so much. They know how to take their foot off the gas in the regular season and tune up for the playoffs. And I mean, they got shooting, they got shooting, they got size. I just, I think it's tough, man. I think they're a tough team to beat.
I know you're not a Lakers fan, man. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta ask you, man, what's your beef with the Lakers, though? What's going on, man? You know what I'm saying?
What, man? I actually rooted for the Lakers for a very long time. I think the NBA is, for me, the NBA is like a player league, right?
Yeah.
So you know how people follow LeBron around or whatever the case was.
Oh yeah.
I was a Kobe fan, and because of that, I liked the Lakers for a long time. Now if Kobe left the Lakers, I probably would have left the Lakers too. I just didn't get a chance to experience that because Kobe never left. You know what I'm saying? But I realized once Kobe left, I was just like, and then LeBron came. I was like, it ain't feel right to me. I just think, like, I don't know, when people are picking the Lakers, I think they're kind of like, they're picking with their heart. You know what I'm saying? They're picking with, of course, LeBron is still incredible. I'm looking at them struggle with Minnesota the other night without Gobert and a couple other guys. And I'm like, yo, Ja Morant and those guys are ready to go. Like, they hungry, they want it. They've been in the playoffs before, so it's not like that, first time playoff experience type of thing. Like, they've been there already.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I think they're gonna give them a tough time.
So that's why I like to pick your brain. I said I gotta bring up the Lakers just to see where his mind's at, because you got that sports mind, and I said I'm gonna take advantage of it real quick.
Yeah, no doubt.
Another question I got for you, man. AI is a new thing, man. Artificial intelligence, man. Of course, it's been here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A lot of people getting into GPT, and I'm thinking about trying to think of all the stuff that's out, all the new apps and the new this, and you can throw 4 words in and it'll draw your album cover, whatever, a lot of stuff, like a lot of cheat things. I guess you can use it for good and bad.
Yeah.
How do you think AI is gonna affect hip hop though in the music industry?
I don't think major releases are gonna have it, because I just think you're gonna get so much flack with trying to do that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like if Drake tries to put like a Biggie verse on or something like that, I think it's just gonna be too much. I don't know, man. It just encourages a lot of fronting. You know what I'm saying? People are like, oh, I got a track with Kanye, or I got a, Yeah. But honestly, it's not anything that I'm gonna get myself involved with. I feel like, so I don't really worry about it. Like, if somebody puts like Kanye or Hov on their track and it sounds good, I'll just be like, oh, that was cool. You know what I'm saying? But it's not genuine to me. So I really haven't really given it much thought outside of that. I just think it's crazy, but I haven't really given it much thought outside of that.
I thought of it that way too, but then I always think about it like, where is it going? Is it gonna affect it in other ways? And I remember like trying out a couple apps, messing around, like, because I'm an artist. So I was like, let me see if this thing could draw and do creations better than me and better everybody. Right. So I was messing around throwing hip hop terms and seeing what kind of art it would come up with, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think AI, or maybe the millions and millions of people haven't put, because AI is built off us. It's built off the past, our past, whatever we put in the computer in the beginning, right? Whatever, right? So I don't think it has enough information on like what is hip hop to actually create great photos of hip hop.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I've noticed so far, and of course it's probably the beginning of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what I'm saying? Maybe like tomorrow they're gonna master it. Like, they seem like every time I turn around is a 4.0, 6 point, like they keep going up, just like
it's going to get crazy for sure.
It's getting crazy. It's getting
what I'm saying? Maybe I'll use it to, for some good. If it create a dope album cover for me or something, then go for it,
Yeah. I think that's what I said. I think if you could use it for good, there's pros and cons of everything. You already know there's pros and cons.
For sure.
Pros and cons of everything, man. All right, man. So Obama or Michelle Obama comes to your house, man. They come to dinner, man. What you serving, man? The former president. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna get down to it, man. We're gonna get some baked mac and cheese. We're gonna get some wings. You know what I'm saying? We see if we can get some greens for them. That ain't my forte, but I could get somebody to cook that. We doing a soul food meal, man. You know what I'm saying? They ain't too good for it. They probably would appreciate. They probably appreciate it.
Oh yeah. Come on, man. You think Michelle ain't cooking them greens, boy?
Right. You know what I'm saying?
With the onions in it or whatever, you know what I'm saying? All type of stuff, you know what I'm saying? Neck bones sticking out the pot.
Yeah, so we're gonna get to it.
That's dope, man. Couple more questions, man. I'm gonna get you out of here, man. What makes you laugh, man? Does your wife make you laugh? Your kids? What makes you laugh besides you like comedy or something that you watch on TV?
Yeah, I mean, my house is hysterical. My wife is funny. My daughter in particular, is hysterical. So we laugh a lot. My wife and I laugh a lot at different memes that are like relatable to our life. So we send stuff like that back and forth. That's really it, man. And I'm a clown, man. I'm a jokester, man.
Yeah.
So around the house, I'm always doing something, whether it's dancing or tickling or playing a trick or scaring somebody. So we just have fun, man. I'm a big kid.
Y'all do the forts?
What's that?
The forts, like making forts, man, out of blankets and like the couch or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, every once in a while, the kids want to get under a cover or something like that. And then, I go on there, I scare them, tickle them, or something like that. But yeah, man, that's basically it.
Man, we used to do the forts, man. We did the movie nights, man. We did all type of crazy stuff that I'm thinking about, man.
Right.
My daughter's 23 now, so she used to have a sister, and then like she used to be there, or like maybe my other cousin, her age, used to come over and like take care of all for them and stuff. So we used to do some corny stuff like that. So I remember all the sleepovers and running around scaring them too. And then in the morning we going to Six Flags or something. You know what I'm saying? Something crazy like that. You know what I'm saying? In your household, man, I don't know if you ever heard of you probably heard of this show, The Odd Couple.
Yeah.
Like who's the messy one in the house, man? Who's the odd one messing up the dishes and blaming it on somebody else, man? Who's the
I mean, I'm responsible for dishes for sure. Yeah. My wife is like real anal about the sink, so I try my best to. And I'm anal about other stuff, like I'm anal about the kitchen table. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
Because my kids would just be having a toy on there, or just like stuff that just shouldn't be on the kitchen table. So we just constantly cleaning after them, really, and just trying to make them responsible to like, yo, you done with your plate, put your plate in the sink, or if it's a paper plate, throw your plate out, put your fork in the sink or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's, it's just like a nonstop thing.
They old enough to have chores yet? Because I know you got some youngsters.
Yeah, they certainly are. I think we need to hold them more accountable and stuff. But yeah, man, anytime I can, man, especially now, I'm laid up with my leg or whatever. Like, yo, throw this out, clean this up right here.
You get a belt? You got a belt? You got a belt?
Nah.
You gotta get a belt. Come on, man. No, get a belt.
Nah, they're good listeners for the most part, man.
Nah,
good kids. Cool, definitely good kids.
Sound like you got a lovely family, man.
Appreciate
and I love that you and you incorporate your children on your music, and it's a lot of artists are starting to, and people in general are starting to use their kids and as executive producer or whatever, just to make sure they get a bag now or later. You know what I'm saying? In the future. Setting them up for success, setting them up, with you got wills in place, trust in place,
right?
401ks in place and stuff like that. My last question, sorry. When do you talk to your kids about money? Do now?
Yeah, like they each have a little bit of money. You know what I'm saying? So like, my mom gave them some money for Christmas or whatever. So like we use this for like, yo, you guys want to go to Funplex? Funplex is like a kid place with rides and stuff like that. Like, all right, well, you're using your money. Do you want to use it on this? You know what I'm saying? But if you use it on this, you can't use it on this. If you get, what I'm saying? So we try to do things like that, or just like, my daughter recently asked for a new toy, and I'm just like, look, you don't clean the ones you have. She's 4 years old. I'm like, look. And it so happened we had a toy right on the floor in front of us, and my wife was like, we just bought this one, mind you, like the toy is laying face down. Like, you want a new toy? You ain't even cleaning up. So like, needless to say, that didn't happen today. But it's just stuff like that, so that they know, like,
life lessons.
Yeah, or just like, can we buy you a toy? Sure, but like you just got to know that everything's not readily available if you don't take care of the stuff you have.
All right, man. You getting the thumbs up from wifey, man. She said, "Dad and husband of the year, right here. Look at the love." That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I like, man. Numbz, man. It's the end of the show, man. We promote, man, and then we say some things positive, man. And let's talk about it, man. What you got going on? What can you share? Let us know.
Working on a concept album I've been working on for a while. I'm almost at the end of it. I think it's gonna be an EP. I'll probably drop it in the fall. Just letting Trifecta breathe a little bit. And just give myself a break. I got a couple of projects I got coming out. In June, like I said, I got one with Mallory. I got one with the Cleaver that should be coming out at some point that I'm producing. I'm just working with various artists with like Lucy singles and stuff like that, and just chilling, man. And again, man, just rehabbing, trying to get my knee back in order or whatever the case is, and just enjoying time, family and friends, man.
Yeah, get that knee better so you can chase that little girl around, man.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Because she gonna be bringing you to that store to get that new toy soon.
Yeah. She gotta do her part.
So what you got for your audience, man? Like if you signing out, man, you get maybe a positive word, maybe some positive synthesis, anything that that they can bring value to, I guess to your fans.
Just keep going, man. Whatever it is, keep going. Don't make excuses. I'm not heavy on excuses at all. I very rarely make an excuse. I try not to complain, because at the end of the day, like, you could complain, but once you're done complaining, you still got to deal with whatever it is you was complaining about, I should say. So yeah, just keep going. Be honest with people. Do the right thing to people, and do the right thing when people aren't looking. You know what I'm saying? All that good karma be coming your way.
Nah, 100%. That's everything's about energy, man, and you just basically summed it all up, man. All right, man. Numbz, I really appreciate it again, man.
Yeah, always fun.
The show, man, like a co-host, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's why I was saying you on podcast again. No, I'm just joking. Come on ahead. No, but THHC podcast episode 134, man. Numbz, Furious Stylez, man, couldn't make it. He was here. He was having some technical difficulties. Shout out to Furious, man.
Yeah.
Trifecta, third project, Stellar project. Y'all go check out the whole discography of Numbz and Furious Stylez, them collectively, and then of course separately, because they got separate work as well, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Let's get out of here, man. New Jersey, baby.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, bro.
The Boston, man. We out, man. Yo, peace out, dog. Love, man.